Good morning. My name is Heather. Welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to film a quick video for you guys talking about rejection and celebrating rejection, like the radical celebration of being rejected from a thing that you want. I have my psychopathology class starting at 9 o'clock. It's currently 8:18 and also it's inauguration day, so that's exciting. I remember actually, I guess it was 4 years ago. Yes, 4 years ago today, I actually vlogged the day. Back then I was married, I was living in Maryland. And I was in a show, I think, and I just decided to vlog that day. And I remember because it was inauguration day and my half birthday, and it's my half birthday again, obviously, because it's the same, but this time I'm gonna be 30, not 26. So anyway, it's a different time and kind of connects to what I want to talk about with rejection, because I have been on a huge journey with accepting that whole thing that happens in life where you really, really want something and you don't get it. And then how that plays into my unrealistic expectations of myself. I have extremely high standards for myself and I expect myself to get the accolades and to achieve the things and the successes that I want. I expect that of myself, but it's unrealistic because of so many things. So anyway, it's been a few days since I've gotten my most recent rejection. Having a sip of coffee. If you recall, in my 2020 reflection video, I mentioned that I had my audition to be a cycle instructor coming up, and I did. I went to the main audition, which was basically just a 30-minute ride, and the lead instructor was walking around taking notes and then invited most everyone. I think only a few people weren't invited to a callback, but I did get invited to do a callback. Now, I was very excited because callbacks are great and I'm an actor and I've been to my fair share of callbacks, and it means that they want to see you again. So that's exciting. But I'm also thinking at the same time, this might be a lot on my plate. I am working part-time. I'm already thinking about how stressful my job is and how high pressure my job is and how that's playing into how heavy my schoolwork is this semester too. So just, there's a lot of stress there. And so thinking about, okay, so what if I do proceed with this cycle bar thing, and that's a whole other thing on my plate, and oh my gosh, can I handle that? But I decided not to get too ahead of myself, and I thought all I have to do is prepare 2 songs and go to this callback and do my 2 songs. That's it. That's all I gotta do. There's nothing else beyond that. So I went, I did my songs. It was so much fun. I had such a great time. I don't think I've ever had that great of a time at an audition, ever. I mean, well, okay. I've had some really fun auditions, like acting auditions, where typically there are callbacks and they're just super, super fun. I see my friends and we have a great time. And whether I get the part or not, I look back on those callbacks. I'm like, that was so much fun. It was such a great theater community experience. But this was a great callback. I had a great time and I left feeling pretty confident that I would proceed to the next round, but also just thinking, you know, I'm really grateful I had that experience because I don't know, it was almost like I was an actor playing a role. I was up there, I'm like, I'm gonna be a cycle instructor and this is how I would portray the character of cycle instructor. Such a great time. So, but the end of the next day, I get the email that I didn't get it. And this weird feeling happens within me in that moment where I'm thinking, oh, disappointment, right? And then also, relief. But also, oh, I didn't get it. I didn't hit my standard for myself. My standard would have been, oh, I proceed to the next round, because that's what Heather does. Heather achieves, Heather proceeds, she gets picked. It's just a frog in my throat, don't worry, no Rona. But still, that sense of relief of, oh my gosh, thank God I don't have to prepare 3 additional songs. I don't have to go put myself into another kind of anxious situation of another callback and being recorded and have that sent to corporate. And beyond that, oh, thank God I don't have to pay for a training program. And then beyond that, like, it's a 5-week training program that I would have had to do during this school semester, which is just a lot. So there's a lot of relief there, but still that disappointment, and then a little bit of shame too, because I still go to Cycle Bar. I love it there. I still have to see these people who knew that I auditioned and didn't proceed to the next round. So there's a little bit of shame, a little embarrassment. And I'm also thinking about how rejection is such a quiet and isolating experience. We don't like to talk about it. We don't like to talk about how we didn't get picked or the things that we didn't achieve, because there's shame in it. And so I've been wanting to talk about this with you for several days now. It's currently Wednesday, and I got the email last Friday evening. So I actually wanted to talk to you guys about this over the weekend, but I'm just cranking out that schoolwork, you know, just trying to get ahead. So I'm sitting and I'm talking to you now because I have a little bit of time, and I'm really glad I waited, because I got an email from a director who I haven't worked with directly as my director. He has been a producer of a show that I've been in. I've acted with him on stage. We were cast members. I've auditioned for him before as the director, and I didn't get cast. And we've gone out to dinner with him and Tyler, and we've gone to see shows together. So he's just someone I know in the theater community. And as I've mentioned in I think my last video, is theater isn't really happening because of the pandemic, of course. Like, we can't really gather and have a big audience to perform for. But it seems like some theaters are kind of dipping their toes in and doing really small casts, and things might start opening up in the summer. We'll see. So he emails me directly an audition posting for his next show, and it comes through yesterday. I'm in the middle of my theories class, and I see this email, and I'm like, oh my God, he emailed me directly. That's cool. I do know, side note, that directors will send that kind of email to several actors. It's not like I'm the only one he thought of. And I don't know this because he told me. I don't know it because anyone told me that. It's just, that's something that I would probably do as a director, is just replace the person's name, think of a few people who I imagine for that role, and be like, oh, I'm thinking of this person. I really want to see them audition for it. I want to have that pool of actors to choose from, and some people in that pool that I'm already considering. So it's not like, Heather, audition because you're gonna get cast. That's not what it is. It's, Heather, audition because I'm considering you for this role. So I had seen that audition posting without that email and really wrote it off, because I thought, I don't have time with school and everything to even think about auditioning for something like this. But this email comes through, and I think maybe this is why the Cycle Bar thing didn't happen. Maybe the universe or God, if you believe in God, or whatever entity, whatever higher power is out there, what if they're like, no, you're an actor. You're not a fitness instructor. That's not something you ever wanted to be. You just saw an opportunity and you wanted to take it, and that's great. And it's good to put yourself in those situations, but this is not for you. This is for you. This is for you. Because what if I had gotten to proceed to the next round in Cycle Bar? What if I was on my way to being a cycle instructor, and then this email comes through, and I would have actually had to say no to that opportunity, because at that point I would have had too much on my plate. Backing up just a smidge, when I got the email from Cycle Bar that I had a callback, in the same hour, I got an email from another director I've worked with, basically offering me a part in a Zoom show. Like, it's something that would have started rehearsing right away, would have been performing and doing everything like during this semester. So I saw that and I'm like, I definitely can't do that. If everything's starting right now, I can't. And I told him so, and I thanked him for thinking of me and expressed my hope that he would think of me in the future, because I could probably do things later this year, but I wouldn't be able to fully put in all of me into that project. So that Monday that I got the email from Cycle Bar that I had a call back and this offer of a role, I'm like, what is happening? Things are happening in the universe, opportunities are being thrown my way, and I'm working, and I'm in school, and I'm in a relationship, and I'm basically trying to heal myself of my eating disorder on my own. I'm trying to do all of these things at once. What is happening in the universe? What am I manifesting? So that's a bit of a side note, but kind of coming back to this whole idea of rejection and what is the purpose of rejection. And let's celebrate rejection, because having someone say no to you means that you can say yes to somebody else. Having someone say, no, we don't want you, for better or worse, whatever that means, doesn't mean you're not wanted by somebody. And it could also mean that you need to want you in that moment. You need to have you and not overcommit yourself because you need you. I feel like this might not be making sense, but you need you to be fully present within yourself and within your life. And maybe you need to use that space that you feel like you have to fill with other things, but you need to kind of expand within that space, whether that's taking that time for self-care or for that creative project you've been putting off, or the project around the house that you've been putting off, or just taking that time to meditate and reflect and kind of recalibrate. But I do believe that everything happens for a reason. Yes, the bad, horrible things in the world, I believe they happen for a reason. That's an unpopular opinion. I know that because people have gone through hell. But I truly believe that everything happens for a reason, and that you can be through hell, but you have to get through hell to get out of it, you know? What is Winston Churchill says, what does he say? Hey Google, tell me a Winston Churchill quote.
On the website bbcamerica.com, they say, attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. Success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. If you're going through hell, keep going.
I remembered it as he was saying it. I just gendered my Google as my Google was saying it. Yes, if you're going through hell, keep going. Everything happens for a reason. So rejection happens for a reason. And I do feel like I had to go back to Cycle Bar and face these people who said no to me, and with a smile on my face, and be gracious and just keep riding, because I'm there to work out, I'm there to get a sweat on, release those endorphins, all of that. The other thing I want to say is that by you not getting the thing that you wanted, it means that someone is getting that thing. And whether you know that person or you don't know that person, when you're ready, taking a moment to be happy for them. I think that's such a great thing that we can do in the world. And these people might not know. They might not know that you're thinking, I am so happy that they got to proceed to the next round. I think they wanted it more than me, or they were better suited for the position than me. They had the time and the energy, and they had what they needed to give more than what I had to give in that moment. And they deserve it. Not that I don't deserve it, but they deserve it too. You know? Am I making sense here? Are you with me? Are you with me? So taking that moment to just be happy for them. I think that's just so good for the soul. If you believe in souls, I think it's good for the soul to just bathe yourself in that grace and that compassion and that love for the other person. And again, when you're ready, because you need to kind of mourn a little bit. That's fine. You can pout, you can mourn, you could be upset and disappointed, and that's fine. We need to go through that. Those are uncomfortable emotions. We need to experience them. It's important. But when you ruminate, when you let it linger, when you let it fester, and you're noticing, okay, it's been a week, it's been 2 weeks, and I'm still feeling this way, it might be a time to do some readjusting within and recognize that that wasn't for you this time. But there are other things for you. There are. And the fact that someone said no to you means you can say yes to someone else. You can say yes to yourself. Or you can just be. I think that's all I wanted to say. So anyway, we'll see what happens with this next audition. All I have to do is a self-tape of a 1-minute monologue, and then callbacks are by invitation only. It would be a Zoom callback. I think the callback would be pretty fun to see people who I haven't seen in a while, even virtually, and just to get that experience of being at an audition again, even if it's virtual, I think would be good. And it's also very important to me to maintain my identity in the San Diego theater community as someone who is still an actor who wants to keep acting, because I don't want to disappear while I'm in school. It is so important to me to continue to do the things that fill me up, that are my creative outlets, and I've really been missing theater. I don't miss the rejection part. It's not easy. It's not, but it takes practice. And the more I've been rejected, the better I am at it. So also another thing for actors, performers, anyone who auditions for anything, I switched my perspective on this, and it helped so much. I read it in The Actor's Life. Yes, The Actor's Life by Jenna Fisher. And I've heard it elsewhere as well. I think even Tyler told me before I ever read that book. But for some reason, when Jenna Fisher said it, it sunk in. Anyway, as an actor, auditioning is your job. Getting the part, yeah, that's your job. That's, you know, you're working. But actors auditioning are working. When you're auditioning, you're working. So to get back into that realm and go back to work as an actor and go to an audition and keep my face out there is important to me. And I know that there are so many talented actors who are just so yearning for an opportunity like this, just like me. And I will be happy for them if they get cast and I don't. And I will also feel that relief, because while the dates of this are better suited to my school schedule and I could do it without having too much on my plate, I would still feel that sense of relief because I'm still in school and I'm still working part-time, and it's the universe saying, whoa girl, don't take it all on. So yeah, anyway, I wanted to throw that out there too. I will keep you updated if you would like. Let me know if you like this video. It's something that I've never really done before, really. I've done maybe a couple videos like this where I have an idea of something I want to talk about. But yeah, okay, cool. I think the inauguration has started. I should probably start streaming it. And my class is in 22 minutes. So I'm gonna keep drinking my coffee. I'm gonna go back to getting situated before school. And if you guys liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments. And if you have any thoughts that came up about anything that I said in this video, comment down below. Let's get a dialogue going, because I think this is a really interesting topic. So subscribe if you feel like it. If not, don't worry about it. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.